Good morning. We have better sunlight, and it is the morning after the big chain lube, and we're looking at some of the leftover scum that's on the chain. Here we have our special brush tool that we made last night, and I'm just going to brush a little bit and see if that comes off. And you can see here that it kind of does a little bit, but that stuff is on there. It is not coming off very easily. Well, that is oil, dirt, and wax. And wax hardens over time and acts like a sealer. So it literally locks in the dirt. This is why I don't like to use chain wax all the time, because sometimes it can get really difficult to clean. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try a couple things and see if we can get one of these links to come clean. Alright, we have a little WD-40 here, and I'm going to put a little bit on the rag here and just wipe the link there. And I have to kind of work at that, I really do, to get that link to come clean. Let's try it without the oil, and you really have to rub. That requires some rubbing. So the oil helps, the light oil, but you really have to scrub at that to get that to come off of there. You can see I can get that other link there, and that's the oily spot of the rag. So, you know, having this kind of dirt on your chain is not all that bad, but it does add weight to the chain, and that can kind of increase the likelihood that the chain will slap up against that swing arm. You know, this is just outside of spec. This needs to be tightened a little bit, maybe a quarter of a turn. The chain is still good. It's not all the way to the tire yet. It doesn't really show you know, many wear problems. If I were to pull that on the rear sprocket, it doesn't show that it's really stretched. But you certainly don't want that hitting the rim or the tire, and you don't want that slapping up against that swing arm. So I do have to tighten this before my next ride today. But what I'd like to do is show you how to clean that link first. Get that link really clean, and get the chain really clean without too much effort. Let's try a little silicone lube. I have these green cans, but we're going to try the blue can. We're just going to put that on there and just kind of rub that. Now that seemed to come pretty clean pretty quickly. Maybe better than the WD-40. Yeah, that's not half bad. So what can we do to clean our chain without hurting ourselves? Because you don't want to spin the wheel really fast and put a rag on that, because you know you'll wind up going to the ER real fast. So what are we going to do? Let's try using our long-handled brush. Let's try putting a little silicone lube on the brush and spin the chain. Try and fix that one there. I think the oil is messing with the tape that we've got.
So I'm just going to squirt the brush back and forth.
Now, let's try to find a clean spot on this rag. And let's see if we can wipe some of that dirt off of there. That is not working very well. I mean, yeah, that's got some dirt on it, but that's really stuck on there. So a quick check on the chain wear. The lateral wear is not that bad, and I can't pull a link off of the rear sprocket, so that's actually pretty good. But my tension is not great. You can see that's tapping the swing arm. So I need to do a quarter turn on this bolt back here to tighten up the chain once more. Now if you look at the links that I cleaned versus the ones I didn't clean, the chain is not really coming very clean with the tactics we're using. So let's see if we can do something different. Let's try and start the motor. Alright, so you can tell that the chain is pretty well lubricated because it's not making any noise. Oh, that's spraying gunk everywhere. I can feel that. Wow, my tool's coming apart. Let's hit it again. It does look a lot cleaner. Let's shut off the motor. Better, but not great. You can still see a lot of the crud in between, in the middle here, and that is a thick goop. So the silicone lube isn't enough for that. Let's try chain wax and see if chain wax dissolves the wax that is already on the chain. So there's lubricant in the can as well as solvent. And that solvent will probably dissolve some of this stuff. So let's try again with the engine on. So here's chain wax. I'll show you what that is. So we're going to try some chain wax on here with our brushes. We'll get our brushes set up here. The tape is all but gone now. This oil dissolves the glue. Let's try 2. 3 is kind of overkill. Alright. So we got that going. Oh boy, that is spraying everywhere. Yes, definitely don't do this if your chain is worn out, because you'll scrape up that rim real bad. Let's do the other side. Don't get your hand caught in a tire. Maybe get a little bit more chain wax on the brush with the solvent. Back to this side. I'm applying a lot of pressure too.
Okay, let's shut it off and see what we got.
Still not very clean. Really not much better than what it was. So that stuff is really on there. And you know, I have to apply a lot of pressure with a rag to do anything good with that. So wow, like really. So what can I do with this? We tried silicone, we tried chain wax, we tried a little WD-40. That dirt, that stuff, that gunk is on there really good. Well, we can try a stiffer brush. Let's try that, because these toothbrushes, the plastic is kind of weak. So, you know, that's not a firm brush. That's actually pretty soft. Let's try adding a little WD-40. Let's get a little double brush action going there. Get a little action going there. I can go behind it too. Up in here. Oops, whoops. Let's try a little bit more WD-40. There we go. That got that all wet there. All right. Back with the brushes here. Get the brush action going. Now we've been at this for about 2 minutes, just doing this. I shortened the video a little bit. See, after 2 minutes of scrubbing, this area in between the links is still not clean. But the WD-40 has loosened up a lot of the gunk. It really has. So I think what I need to do is just manually scrub in circles now. So let's do a little bit of that. And that has really loosened up this gunk, but it just didn't get it between the shafts of the links. So I gotta move the bristles in a different direction. Okay, now we can wipe this with a rag. Let's see what results we get now that I've been brushing in several directions. Now remember, I used WD-40 to clean the chain. It was clean enough with just the gear oil. Now, we're talking really clean. And I didn't really spray the WD-40 directly onto the links so it would soak into the rubber O-rings. So there's still plenty of gear oil in there. There's that master link. So let's go one more time around with that master link. There it is again. All right. So how does that look to you? Does that look street worthy now? Does that look nice and clean? I think so. Now remember, we cleaned it with lubrication. We didn't clean it with a detergent. What I'm going to do is just wipe down the rim real quick. Get some of the spots off of it. Alright, let's put away the lubrication and get to the chain tensioning, and then I'm going to go for a ride. Thank you, and have a great day. Alright everybody, we're here with the boob cam again. I've just finished my adjustment. I have my favorite ZZ socket and my other LZ socket, really important. I've got the torque wrench set to OL torque plus 2 clicks, and I think that'll work. So we're going to put the the LZ socket on there. So we're going to put the LZ socket on the right, and we're going to put the ZZ socket on the left, and then we're going to give the LZ socket a pull, make sure it's straight, and we get a click, and that's at OL foot-pounds plus 2 clicks, and that should work out just great. Okay, we have Grandpa's measuring device here. We're going to go over here, and we're going to set it somewhere in the middle on that mark there, and we're going to pass the pencil right through the middle of the axle pin, and we've got a good line through the middle there. Then we're going to take it over here, and we're going to make sure that the line is a little bit to the left of center on that, because that's the way I like it. And that line is a little bit to the left of center on that. That is awesome. Double check the chain. The links are tight against the sprocket, so it's really looking great. I cleaned it up real nice, so I shouldn't have any problems with that chain out there on the trail. I want to take a moment to show everybody what it looks like when you sink in up to the rims. It really did pay to clean the chain. After a day in the mud, the chain still looks pretty clean. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. This stuff may be great to ride on when it's dry, but when it's wet, it turns into peanut butter and sticks to everything. Yes, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Oh, yeah. Big yawn. Oh, yes.